Approaching 60, this amazing man climbs 4 levels every day to appreciate the tranquility of the garden roof. But once you reach the top, you can see why Dr. Angawi calls this his very own private space, where he is in touch with the surroundings, where his senses relax and escape.
Plants covering almost like 80% of the roof, and that has another function. It, beside being a nice thing to look at with the green, it gives good insulation. And the central court here is very nice, and I sit here. This is my favorite, or one of my favorite places, and this is very much my space. The first floor, just for clarification, is for me and my guests. Second floor is for me and my family. This floor is for me and myself. But it's not doesn't mean that nobody comes here, but comes under my terms. I just want simple things and natural wind, and that's it.
The roof garden provides the space for Dr. Angawi to stretch his body and his mind. He reveals that just by walking in circles on the roof, it somehow calms him.
Tawaf is a movement around something. That's what the real meaning of tawaf is. And then you have the tawaf as the moon does tawaf around the earth, and the earth does tawaf around the sun, and the sun does tawaf around the orbit, and the whole galaxy is doing, everything is doing tawaf. كله في فلك يسبحون. So
you tawaf around the guy.
I do tawaf around here, but it's not symbolizing something that I think is sacred or holy. It's just the action of movement.
It is religiously symbolic, and he believes it is good for the mind. After all, he discloses, this is the place where he gets his inspiration for his ideas. Every house tells a story. It's a dream come true for Dr. Angawi to have his children not only following in his footsteps, but sharing the same beliefs in the call for preserving culture and tradition. Mohsen is a graphic designer. Ahmad specializes in product design, and Amma is into animation. The office block is built adjacent to where the family lives, and each has their own private space and workshop where their imaginations can take flight from the drawing boards.
Each one of us chose a different path, and in doing that, we are like a team. We complete each other. The special thing about them is that they're both designers, and they're both artists, and they've taught us to be that way, and they've taught us to be free and speak our minds.
We don't ignore our past, we don't ignore our future. I mean, we love modern stuff, I mean, we live in it, but in the same time we look our back on what we have and continue from that. And
you cannot learn until you look at your past and mix, and like my father said, live in the now, and design for the now.
The fact that each of them has different strengths is a guaranteed recipe for success. Their work is a composite of many influences, a harmonious mix synergized into one.
My father's put all his knowledge in this house, so and you can see it. He always say this house is always, you walk in it like you walk in his mind. So we see that and we appreciate it a lot. And we were born here. I mean, we see it, and you can speak in our family, our traditions, our habits throughout the house.
I want to have a house that is responsive to my need, to my thinking, to my way of life, to the time now that we're living, even a little bit in the future, how my family would grow and so on.
Good modern architecture with an Arab flavor is still rare, even in the Middle East. But with talented hands, designers, craftsmen, and architects, a glorious tradition lives on. It's about balancing aesthetics and practicality. A house is ultimately a home to return to, where one can enjoy the modern comforts in line with one's lifestyle. It is a complex evolution, marrying the old